Hey. So I got some questions that need answers, right? First one of which is, how did the Christian community begin to baptize people? Like, if we supposed to be, or not we, because I'm not part of that community, but if we were supposed to be modeling the life of Christ, right? He was baptized, but he didn't tell none of his followers to. When he went and got baptized, none of the disciples actually were there, for one. And two, he never required it. Out of all the times that he preached on the mount, when he preached at the seaside, when he, walked into the church and all of that stuff, there was never a time that was written in this Bible that said we needed to be baptized. What he did say was that I'm going to go and I'm going to send you a baptism of the Spirit. He ain't say you had to baptize your body. That's number one, right? Number two, Spirit showed me yesterday that because back in those Christ times, okay, Jesus really didn't preach inside a building. That's number one. When they made Solomon's temple, okay, the altar that we call the altar nowadays, where the pastor stand, right, and the pulpit, that is where the congregation burned sacrificial offerings to the Most High. So when in existence, since then, did that change from being the way that they did it back then? How did we switch it up? That's number two. Okay? Why is it now the altar where the pastor stands and all the people come into the temple? When Solomon's temple was made to where only certain people went in that deep, which was actually the whole man of the house. And then he had to be clean, okay, and had to wear certain clothes to go into the inner chamber. All right? Most High said, all of this shit is wrong. All right? Baptism of the body is like they're sacrificing that person to something. Can't be to God, because he don't need that. Once Jesus said that his whole body was that final sacrifice. But if we still doing that, and then we wonder why, or the Christians wonder why stuff just don't, your blessings, your prayers don't get answered right away. We gonna keep it 100. They don't. We struggling. It's still, Jesus supposedly still ain't came back. And this is because y'all keep on practicing. There we go. That card came out. We keep on practicing, upside down. We keep on practicing old ways. And then people like me come around with knowledge in all religions, y'all. I done did my research. I know I look young, but I'm 40, okay? I done did my research. This is why it's just been a karmic cycle over and over and over again. over and over and over again. When you go into that altar and they say, oh, come to the altar if you need prayer. You're being sacrificed to a deity. When you go to that altar, because that's what they did in the altar. And the practice has changed physically, but not in the spiritual realm. So every time you go in that inner church, inside them buildings, near that altar, and you praising and you worshiping, it's like you invoking something that's dead. You call, oh, Jesus, we worship you. Oh, come back. Huh? These are questions that need to be answered. This is why I walked away from the church. Because I was like, hold on. You said the land of milk and honey. When is that supposed to come? That don't mean because you got a nice house and you got a nice car and your life ain't rocky. That's not milk and honey. He said you will eat from vineyards you didn't plant. Oh, because you go to the grocery store and you purchase it, that's the same thing? Come on, people. It's really time to wake up. For real. Look what card fell out. The Most High is angry with your enemies. Jesus said, "One no need for no more sacrifice." He also said, "I'm not God. I worship the Most High. Don't worship me. I'm the person you're supposed to go through to get to him." But what he meant by that was the fact that he had to go through what he went through, sacrifice himself and his body so that you can have that direct contact. He didn't say baptism by water was necessary. He said his death was the final and ultimate one. He never said, y'all supposed to come and sacrifice. Every time you step into them church doors, man, and you get close to that altar and you get to worshiping a dead being, you're being sacrificed to whatever that church is being led by. You're worshiping the pastor. Yeah, you saying Jesus. When I started on this rant a year ago, that's when they started blocking me, because they don't want the truth to come out. But I'm telling you, you've been sacrificed to that church. You are tied to that sacrificial altar. I don't care if it's got lights and cameras. I don't care if it's not a pit right there where the blood, they sprinkled the blood around the altar. Come on, y'all. You ain't reading your Bible. If you still going to church, you ain't read that damn Bible. Or you may have read it and really didn't understand it because you weren't seeing it with spiritual eyes. Jesus said once he left, it was all about spirit. Yet y'all still looking at the sacrificial stuff. Look what this card say. Are you ready to be healed for real? Tell me what you think in the comments, man. Let me know. Or answer my question. My questions. Y'all think, man. And then they come right back. Don't listen to her. She don't know what she talking about. Yeah, okay. I'll be back with some more because I can't even explain it. The way that these cards was coming out last night about this word magic. The Bible is a book of spells. It wasn't wrote by Jesus. Whatever. That's the message. Peace.